Hmm?
Yeah.
Mm-mm. Mm-mm.
Do you want me to do it?
There you go.
There you go.
So we started. We're so professional. Yeah.
Second episode, we haven't learned a
Wait,
thing.
second episode. Succinctly, in a brief and clear expressed manner. So I wanted to put it in a more brief and clear expressed manner.
And what's in a nanogram for ginger?
This guy, you're gonna get us cancelled, Kaziva. In short, we're not just a podcast, we're doing films as well. Send us questions, engage with us. I'll say whatever you can't say. Simple as that.
And speaking of questions,
Succinctly, Blair.
Second
Isn't
episode.
this a fit? Oh wait, that yeah, we don't count the one that shall not be named. Technically, this is the 4th episode.
Technically.
oh yeah,
Yeah,
oh yeah.
but we fucked up, and we don't release those episodes. Okay, we're perfectionists, bro. That's what it is. You know what I'm saying?
That's
we
very
could,
true.
We could follow like everyone else and just randomly drop whatever we record, but we're trying to go against that. You know what I'm saying? And I'm realizing I'm saying, you know what I'm saying a lot.
Yeah, no,
Do you know what I'm saying?
you know what I'm saying?
Chicken and Waffle Podcast. Episode 2.
Yes. Welcome back. I wanted to make something clear from the last episode, but even though we talked about what we're doing, I feel like talking to a lot of people, they were still a bit confused, right?
What, as to what?
Just what we're about.
As in the
Like-
Chicken and Waffle Podcast or Truth Arts as a...
I think you're partly with the
production
podcast.
company?
Like some people think, oh, they're doing a podcast, right? Oh, that's fun. Oh, chicken waffle podcast.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
much, so funny. Ah, ha, ha, chicken, black people. You know, all that kind of thing. Like, but also with the chicken waffle podcast part, they don't understand sometimes what it's actually about. We're trying to like get people to open. We're trying to make people change and truth arts. That's what I'm doing. Truth arts, shit, innit? But also then they think it's only we're doing podcasts.
Right, yeah, because the podcast is like basically to be able to discuss like, what we do in our day-to-day lives.
Yeah.
Things that are going on in the media, things that are going on locally in terms of film and, production, theatre, all that kind of stuff. The arts, what we do.
Arts, yeah.
And I think obviously with Truth Arts as a production company, that's where we're going to start, creating short films and feature films and all the kind of things that we want to do
Yeah.
film-wise. Even, maybe step into some theatre and things like
Yeah,
that.
yeah, yeah.
We're going to see what we do later on in the on the journey. But yeah, there's a separation. So the Truth Arts is a production company. Chicken and Waffle Podcast is obviously a podcast.
What?
What? Yeah, I was like, what? I never knew that.
I never knew. Yeah. But also, there's another thing, right? A lot of people are coming up to me personally or DMing me or like texting and calling, whatever, telling me about the podcast. Like, oh my God, yeah, this, that feedback, negative, positive, whatever it is. That's good. Good to do that. But please try and comment and engage by, the YouTube comments or in the Instagram or Facebook or TikTok, whatever.
My memory's too shit to keep tabs on what people are telling me. Like you'll tell me one
I've
thing one day.
unfortunately
Exactly.
got
And
a
I'll
good
forget.
memory with that kind of shit, innit? You know what I'm saying? I
You
told
said
guys-
on this day at
Remember,
2:55
in 2019. Exactly. I said, you're like, what happened? It was just a Tuesday. I was there. Why don't you remember? But yeah, that's it really. Just engage with us. And also, there's another thing, right? Please engage with us because a lot of people, right, they say we want to make change, we want to do this, complaining about, there's not many, opportunities for ethnic minority, for example, or, black issues or sexist stuff, we need more women in the workplace in terms of like in the filming and
Film industry.
and
Yeah,
stuff
yeah.
like that. Calm in your own space privately. It's nice to do that, but then we have to do that publicly as well.
Absolutely. We
And-
have to engage a wider public. Otherwise,
Yeah.
these things don't change. There's no cause and effect. If you're kind of talking in your little echo chamber
Yeah.
and you're just saying the same things to the people who are also saying the same things and believing the same things, but what you're trying to do is change the perspective and mindset of those who are not in that echo chamber, that don't think the same necessarily as you, and trying to shift perspectives or make them think. It's not necessarily always trying to change someone's mind. It's just
Yeah.
making them think how.
Just start a conversation because I know I can be quite evasive sometimes, and a lot of the times, 99% of the time, innit? Like germs and that, killing germs. But you have to be evasive and go to that uncomfortable place sometimes, push people.
You have to be evasive.
You have to be evasive.
Evasive.
sometimes.
Evasive.
Evasive. What's
No,
the word
no.
am I trying to say?
Yeah, I had to think for a second. I was like,
What word am I
I
trying to
think you're
say?
trying to say like invade, like invading,
Invasive.
like you're.
Invasive.
You don't want to be invasive, but you want to.
You know what I mean? In the face. You
Yeah,
know, like.
yeah, but the word.
Oh, I know what word you're trying to think of.
What, Eddie, you know what I'm trying to say?
It is.
So I'm not a thesaurus, man.
It'll come back to me at some. It won't.
You're the wrong person.
I'm sure it was invasive. Which I get where it's like, like invading.
That's more, that's
Yeah.
more correct
Yeah.
compared to evasive.
Yeah.
So you're not supposed to evade something.
Okay, I'll let-
So don't be shaped and avoid questions. Answering questions.
Yeah. What I'm trying to say is,
Yeah.
obviously, a lot of the topics are uncomfortable to talk about, right? And especially uncomfortable in front of like the CEOs and the big producers and directors, because on one-on-one situations, I've had big conversations, and they're very comfortable to say their mind on big issues
Yeah.
or corporations, or even just locally here. You know, we can say, right, for example, with the rep, for example, stuff like that. I'm calm to talk about that. People are too scared sometimes. They want to be politically correct, or scared they might get fired, or whatever it is.
Or not being able to
Voice
get
it.
opportunities just because they're
Afterwards,
voiced. A
exactly, they
opinion.
might be scared that they'll get blacklisted. Whereas for me, I say to everyone, I don't have that fear. I genuinely don't. And people that know me know that I always speak my mind. You can say a lot of things about me. I always
better or
speak
for
my mind.
worse.
For better or for worse,
Yeah.
I speak my mind.
Keyword there.
So let me be your spokesperson, or like your beacon, whatever it is. Tell me your issues, whatever it is you wanna.
Yeah, you can
people
come in
to know.
anonymously. Obviously, we don't name anyone that kind of
Yeah.
puts them
Yeah.
questions or anything. So
Unless I don't
As-
like you, then I might. But,
so everyone.
whoa.
No, but like
Facts.
like you can post question fucking hell.
Anonymously.
Anonymously. It might be something, you might have controversial ideas and thoughts and stuff, and this is the place where we can discuss those ideas and thoughts.
Yeah.
And we might not always agree, but it's worth the discussion.
Yeah, this is a safe place. We're in. Where are we? Can
My
we say
yard.
it? We're in this guy's
We're in a
yard.
professional studio.
Yeah.
Slash dungeon. But yeah, look, we try to make it comfortable for people to speak to us honestly and openly, so then we then can put it to the world, basically, right? To the one that can actually make change.
Great selection of words.
I was struggling, and all the words just fell out. All the big words. But yeah, what about succinctly, to put all that was that too long?
Huh?
To put that more succinctly, to put more like, to make it more sense. Was it too long what we just said?
Why are you?
I'm saying to put it more
The
succinctly
The more you talk, the less sense you're making.
to what we just said.
Trying to be
to put it
concise.
more.
You're trying to be concise with your words.
That's the way
I
you
said
make
the
it.
right word, succinctly, bro.
I don't know, man.
Succinctly.
Yeah. Ain't that the word?
I don't know now. The more you speak, the more confused I'm
What
getting.
is it?
I don't know.
Concise.
Yeah, you're trying to be concise with the words.
Succinctly. Isn't that the word?
I don't know.
I'm
Google
gonna
it.
look it up now.
I don't know.
Nah.
Whilst he's looking that up, how you been?
I've been great,
Have you been consistent?
Well,
Or
what is-
succinct?
You know that the Kevin Hart when he's like when he's using the word.
You're using big words. You're throwing big words at me.
What's the word?
Oh, gosh.
What's the
40-year-old
freaking word?
virgin.
Frivolous, and it's like frivolous. I hope I'm using that in the right context. That's literally you right now.
Oh, God.
But yeah, how are you?
Oh, yeah, I'm good. I'm good. Just right now, it's just. What's the
Succinctly, in a brief and clear expressed manner. So I wanted to put it in a more brief and clear expressed manner, because we were a bit long. I wanted to put me a
You.
bit more succinctly.
You.
Okay?
In the keyword there is
You.
I was being a bit long, and I just wanted to do it a bit more succinct.
Yo, I'm
Okay.
sweating. What's
I am.
Yeah.
It is hot.
It's hot. I have to take this jacket off.
Yeah, I dressed appropriately for this
Getting
weather.
hot in here. Right.
Anyway, yeah, so I'm good. I'm just, right now trying to focus on my arts.
Your what? Your ass.
My arts.
Your buns. Okay. That's
Okay,
a
we
bit
always
interesting.
come back to this, bro. Anyway,
back
okay,
to
I'm
what?
not gonna get distracted. Yes, I'm just trying to be
a bit
focusing.
hard, isn't it?
I got 2 months off. Trying to focus on creating stuff.
From work.
Yeah, from work.
Yeah.
And
Work.
Yeah, so this is the first step towards towards
being
that.
like more self-sufficient on the arts. And
Yes,
stuff.
basically, yeah. So.
Nice.
And yourself?
Myself, I've actually been taking a break a bit from everything, really. Focusing more on home and life and stuff that I need to set up in life. And obviously, had a break from. Well, I'm on a break from tour.
Yeah.
From I think we mentioned it in the first episode of the podcast. The Made in India / Britain or Crossed Out Britain. We was at Soho Theatre and stuff, and it was really cool.
Who's that with again?
With Rinku. You bastard! You bastard!
They laugh. What? What's funny?
Rinku Parpaga. Why do I say Parpaga? Parpaga. Rinku. I'm sorry, Rinku. We'll have him on the podcast as well as a guest, so you guys will be able to speak to him. Well, speak to him.
Yeah, but they can't speak to him.
Communicate.
He might not
with
listen
him.
though, but you know.
Oh, you're a dickhead. But basically, Rinku is a.
I'm getting cancelled. Oh my god.
We'll cut that part out.
Oh, nah, leave it. It's jokes. I'll leave all this in.
Nah, you'll find it jokes as well.
Yeah.
But yeah, Rinku is a deaf actor, performer. He's born deaf.
Partially, don't it? Yeah.
No, born.
No, he's got. The
He's
hearing
got,
aids.
he's got hearing aids as well. Yeah, he can only
'Cause he
hear
said
like certain
frequencies.
Yeah. So obviously we'll speak more about him when he's on the podcast, and so we'll speak to Winston, his interpreter, as well, and obviously how
Who is Scottish?
Who's Scottish?
Yeah,
Yeah,
from
no.
Glasgow. Yeah.
Yeah. Glasgow?
I think it's Glasgow.
Glasgow.
No,
yeah.
no.
It was.
No, Edinburgh. Wasn't
Not
it?
from- no,
Winston.
that
No,
was
is it
Fringe
place?
Festival.
Oh yeah, because it was a place where it's a strong accent and he didn't have a strong
Nah,
accent.
because
yeah,
I'm
yeah.
not having
So
this
it's
conversation
Glasgow.
with him. Where do you think he's from then?
He's not from Glasgow.
Well, like, near Glasgow.
Or
Inverness.
maybe near Glasgow.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Inverness?
maybe. I don't know. Let's
Something
stop.
like
Anyway,
trying to figure this out.
we're going off track.
Anywho,
Rangers.
yeah, so
Winston,
I'm taking a
you
break
tell
from the
us.
tour. And obviously using this break as well to try and focus more on truth arts and the films that we want to create. And yeah, just trying to find work. Moving more into directing, obviously. And focusing more on also Lightpost as well. Becoming the artistic director of Lightpost Theatre Company and seeing how that can progress into a fully fledged theatre company.
Nice.
With conversations with some peoples.
Some peoples. Don't want to mention who these peoples are.
I'm not going to jinx it.
I'm not falling for your trap, my friend. No.
And
Shake.
how are you doing?
I'm alright.
You're not escaping this question this week.
There's
alright.
a lot going on, isn't it? Like,
Nothing's happened in my life. so-
Nothing's happened in your
nothing
life.
at all.
I can't think of anything like that.
Nothing.
I can't put my hand on it, but
Put your hand in the situation, man. I can't quite put my finger on it.
Yeah.
Literally.
Maybe you can put a finger on it, but I don't
One.
think you can put a palm on
yeah,
Is that a phrase? No.
I don't know, but it's a phrase now.
Yeah. For me, life happened.
it. Life happens.
Life happened with me.
In what way?
Whew.
Life happens in lots of ways, my
I
bro.
think life tries to teach you lessons in like, like whether you believe in God or whatever you believe in, Santa Claus or Buddha or Sonic the Hedgehog. I don't know. Whatever people believe in.
What a list. Sorry. Carry on.
What?
So you're saying life.
Yeah.
Don't discriminate on people's beliefs. This guy, you're gonna get us cancelled because you, man. You are gonna get us cancelled.
the Church of Sonic is going to come out.
Exactly. I'm gonna catch it. Anyways, yeah. It just teaches, man. Like some moments happen, and you can just be down about it. But for me,
Things that can happen in life where it can put you in a depressive state. Or
yeah. But
You know,
the positive thing is, I'm always depressed, so it's calm.
this is my natural
They
state.
can't put me exactly. Life can't put me in a depressive state. I'm already there. You can't get.
Take that, therapy.
But yeah, look, stuff happens and you think, oh no, I can't do this, do that. But look at the positives, right? I'm out of work now. Literally, I can't do the stuff that I was supposed to do. And the positives now, I got more time to focus on that because we were struggling to find the scheduling, right? For all
Things
this,
like podcasts, things like filming, all that
everything,
stuff,
yeah. And I suggested like randomly, like, oh yeah, you know what? I'll come from work, even though it's like bare far. I'll come down and we'll shoot something. And literally a couple of days later, bro, man, out of work for a long time. It's been like what, 2 weeks now, and I gotta keep this on for like 3 weeks. and then get
And after that, you got physio. innit?
physiotherapy. So that's gonna be nice.
Yeah.
But yeah, now it's giving me time to focus on stuff that I wanted to finish, the scripts that I started.
And this is you mentioned quite a poignant thing. I think like a lot of the time when things happen in our lives, we can get very focused on those negatives.
Yeah,
if you know
yeah.
what I mean. And it's also trying to see where you are in life. Focus on the positives. Focus on what you can work on, and try not to focus too much on things that are out of your control. If you know what I mean. Like, you know, you broke your wrist. There's nothing you can do about that. It kind of was in your control, but let's not dwell on that.
I can't say anything. I'm sorry. Nah. No comment.
No comment. Probably
Yeah,
'cause
for
you can't.
legal, I don't know what you're talking about. For
you
legal
don't even know what
reasons, I don't know what you're talking about. Okay.
Anywho, but yeah, continue.
Yeah. So that's happened. Broken the hand. Now we're focused on this, and now I feel like we're gonna get on it now. you
Yeah,
know?
yeah. Well, it took us how many months to do this second episode?
No, I mean we did it. That's the thing. We did actually record. I mean, like we said before, we recorded the first one official.
That was like this time last year.
Yes, and the timing was just wrong. We learned what not to do, and then we finally did the first one, and it was right.
It was okay.
It was better than we thought, definitely.
Yeah, it came out a lot better than we
Because
thought.
we cut out, literally could just cut out the second half.
Yeah.
Remember? And we kept the
We
first
had
half.
like nearly 3 hours of content. we
Yeah,
just
yeah.
Cut.
There was a point where we were all just like, we just gave up.
Lost the energy in it.
Yeah. So that was calm, the first part of that. And then we did the second official one.
Yeah.
And it just wasn't right for that many reasons. And
There was
we
some
could
tech
have.
issues. There was some.
A lot of issues. It was hot as well. It was really,
was
really
fucking
hot that day. We were sweating.
Yeah.
And I was about to be really ill. Yeah, I was ill the next
You
day.
was ill literally the next
I
day. You
was,
were like,
yeah. You're saying I passed it on to my guy, but he passed it on to. I think he passed it. He was coughing or whatever that before me. Cause you remember you said, yeah, he was. He was talking about lozenges. He was talking about having honey in his tea and stuff. Remember?
Oh yeah, true. But I
Yeah?
feel like he was saying that's for you.
No, that's before. I swear down. That was like another time I come.
Okay.
Bro, my man,
Oh,
okay.
yeah. Wait, we're
You weren't
talking
there.
about the same guy.
You're not part.
No, I thought.
You're
I
not
was thinking-
part of this.
I was thinking. No, I was thinking of.
God.
I was thinking of that day we did the first one. Where but I
What
don't
was the
want to say
first one?
name.
Was it?
No. For the second one.
Oh,
Yeah, sorry.
Because Manny was, remember, he was here. And he was sat in the back. You okay?
Yeah.
He was here and he was sat in the back. And but then he bounced. And the next day he got ill. But yeah, life happens. You just get on with it. And we can cry about it. And I have cried about it and got angry about it. And, but it gets you nowhere. It just adds more.
Pressure onto yourself, onto others, isn't it?
Exactly. And you just got to look for solutions. That's for me anyways. I'm logical thinking. So I'm thinking,
Okay.
okay.
Solutions and move forward
Yeah.
rather than sitting there complaining on what the problem is.
Exactly. So the logical thing is we have more time. What can we do in that time? Right. Create. Shoot the stuff that we want to shoot. We want to maybe, test shoots and stuff like that. And do it properly. So we're not, when we do eventually shoot it, we're not lost. We're not like thinking on the day, oh, what we're shooting right now. We already know beforehand what we're going to shoot. So we're ready. That's all it is, man. Being ready, knowing how to do things properly. And everyone else, hopefully they see that as well.
Yeah. What stuff as well, sometimes like when people don't really see the trajectory of where you're trying to take things. And find it difficult to like believe in the project that you're trying to do and stuff like that.
But that's understandable. It's understandable, obviously, because they know it's my thing mainly, right? They know, okay, even though his name's not on it, they're like, okay, yeah, Shake's thing, whatever. But they know me as the clown guy, the joker guy. I've had big conversations with a lot of people, and it's like, yeah, man, you act like this. It's like you don't care, and you go, do these classes, and you just turn up and just act like whatever, and it's calm. It's not, if that's what you want to think of me. But look at my actions.
Yeah.
Actions
It's
speak
always
louder than
not even
words.
the actions. Look at the result.
Exactly. Like you think of someone just a clown guy who's gonna start out in 2019, decision make to be an actor. By the end of the year, doing a professional job. Literally, I was touring, doing professional job. I booked my first gig. You know what I'm saying? And do you know what I'm saying? I keep saying, you know what I'm saying? I'm just catching. No, I caught myself saying, you know what I'm saying?
You know what I'm saying, bro? Obviously, I was acting in 2019.
He's the thing is, bro. So like, Kazi, bro, don't take the piss out of my accent, bro.
Okay. I will speak like this, man.
You just call him Kaziba.
No, it's
Kazi, bro.
Cozy bro.
Kazi, bro.
Cozy
Kazi,
bro.
Good save.
No, we did.
All right.
Rewind. You can do that. You can check.
All right, so it's okay. I believe you. I believe you.
I feel like you don't. Your words don't match up to your tone. Like,
I believe you, man.
can you say it with a bit more like, just push? Can you do? Oh, Idris, do some pushing exercises, my guy. Yeah. Jump on one spot.
Say with your chest.
Okay. Anything else you want to get into? So we're talking about feeling-wise, what we're kind of about now. Basically, in short, we're not just a podcast. We're doing films as well. Send us questions. Engage with us. I'll say whatever you can't say. Simple as that.
And speaking of questions,
Succinctly, blood.
It took us 10 minutes.
and now speaking of questions,
Was it 10 minutes? 12 minutes. 20 minutes.
he did give us a 5-minute warning. I was trying to signal like,
No, but that's
just
calm. That's
segue
calm.
in.
It happens when you're having fun. Time just goes, innit? But we do have questions, yeah, from the, what do you call them? Viewers, audience, fans,
Audience.
stands.
Fans? Are we there yet to call
I
it
don't know.
Call them audience for now.
Yeah.
My fans have sent me.
Grabs from viewers.
My fans, what you say today?
My fan, Abdullahi, no.
My cousin,
So my auntie will leave me, understand? Right, this is such a random question, this guy. Okay, obviously we're about creative stuff, and I did say we're going to talk about anything,
yeah.
but I was a bit thrown off by this. I can't remember who sent it, but we're not going to say anyways.
Yeah.
They want to know about the Lion City in Saudi that they're building.
Are they still building that?
Yeah,
They started it. Yeah.
They've actually started it.
Yeah.
Last year or beginning of the year, I don't know.
Because I know, like, it was a big thing, like, earlier this year, maybe late last year, like, in the news and stuff. But, yeah, it seems like they're trying to build a city in a line, like, trying to find a new way of building. But I feel like it's more of a show of money, innit?
Yeah, because it's like $1 trillion project.
I don't think even it's a show of money. It's more like they have so much money. That's the thing.
They just don't know what to do.
Yeah, it's like rich man's like when you have so much, there's only so much you can do. You can't just enjoy the regular stuff. Oh no, I'm not saying you can't, but you know
It makes it difficult.
from their point of view, I guess.
Your perspective is very different when you
It's
have
skewed,
a certain
yeah.
amount of money.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Like, you know, yeah. But also, like, in one way, I'm like, oh, okay, yeah, it's like cool. They're spending all this money, but also, I would rather them spend all their money doing this kind of stuff and saying, you know, they're trying to find a more eco-friendly, blah blah blah, more.
But that's the thing.
sustainable future and stuff.
They
like
could do that. They could build whatever they build, the Lion City thing. And then they could also give it to the homeless, the money. Not that same money. And
that.
still
Give them homes and
yeah. And still
give
have
them jobs and shit.
excess money left. I think I mentioned before, remember?
Isn't like the top 1% can like end world hunger?
Yeah. Because
Something like that, innit?
they have, you know how like Britain, US, whatever, these countries, they're in debt of trillions and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Saudi are in excess. They have excess money.
Are they in surplus?
Surplus, exactly. Yeah. So that's why it's like, people don't know how rich they are. Obviously, they know. They're like, oh yeah, Saudi's
They
rich.
got an idea, but
Right.
they
You
don't
think
know
Elon
how
Musk,
rich.
Elon Musk? That's his name,
Yeah,
Musk.
yeah.
So Elon Musk and who else is the richest? Bill Gates and these men
yeah.
are on the list of, you know, richest mans. They are rich, obviously, but it's in stocks and this and that, which
Saudis
changes.
actually have the money.
Yeah.
They don't have the money. They have the gold. They have the oil thing, which, unfortunately for us or the people that are part of the environmentalist stuff, it is gonna be about that for the next at least 100
Until
years.
it runs out.
But no, but what I'm saying, by then those men won't care. They'll be dead.
True.
That's why they don't care. They just want to be like, they want to make their money, you know, put stocks or whatever, you know, invest in this. Yeah, they'll do a bit of, you know, energy saving stuff, sure, but that's down the line.
It's always to show up front in it, like,
Yeah.
look, but we're still doing this. We're still being like eco-conscious and stuff like that, just to get through the door. But then when you actually look behind the scenes and stuff, it's not necessarily. Not saying that's what they're doing. Yo, I don't want no Saudi princes coming over and be like,
Basically, what it is, man, look, assalamu alaikum to my Saudi viewers, yeah. What it feels like, yeah, Saudi princes and all that, yeah. Oh, man, they might kill me now. Oh, bro. Okay, anyways, if I die, yeah, then
when I go,
mine just disappears.
edit me out.
Yeah.
I was never here.
Wait, should I walk off so you have an empty shot?
No, but what I'm saying is, it feels like they're like that spoiled kid. That you go up to them and they like, yeah, so like, where'd you go? Oh yeah, so I went to Barbados and I did this and did that. Like, oh my god, I want to go this, and you're like, hold up, you just went this and you're still complaining. These men have all this stuff and they're making this, and they're probably gonna abandon it because they've already done something like this before. Maybe it was Saudi or maybe it was Dubai.
It was like an island where like it was like I don't know what the thing was, but it was like an island with like housing and stuff like that.
And they just abandoned it.
They just abandoned the housing, abandoned on it.
Wow.
Like they spent probably billions, maybe
ridiculous
billions,
amount of money.
I don't know.
But also, it's easy to look at the general Saudi public in terms of the rich Saudis, and say, you know, through social media and stuff like that, you know, when you see them trying to like drifting with camels and shit, and you know, just doing weird shit.
Drifting with camels.
I don't know. I saw a video.
That's the most bizarre image in my head.
Camel Saudi drifting.
Someone's gonna be like, "Oh my god, that's so racist." All right.
PB family and that Vin Diesel.
No, but there's lots of stuff on social media that can make you think of a certain, you know, perspective on, you know, what it is living that life. But we can only see and speculate. I would much rather have them, you know, spending their money on something that at least looks eco-conscious and looks like they're trying to do something for other people, rather than, you know, just buying lions and shit.
Something like realistic also.
Tigers, I mean.
Something realistic, because this seems very. You should see in the clips and stuff. It's like it looks like we're in space, yo. Like, is that even possible?
Look
what
at
they're doing?
like technology and how it's progressed to now. It could very well work, if you know what I mean. But
also, there's another thing I noticed as well, because it's glass, right, on the sides.
Yeah.
So like the birds,
it's supposed to be.
are just gonna. You know what they're doing? They're doing 2 for 1. No, they're doing 2 for 1. Come to Line City, you get free fried chicken from the table.
Literally, it's so hot that
He's gonna open
it hits the fucking the mirror and then just sizzles into a fried chicken.
Oh man.
But basically, I don't know what the guy sent it. I don't know what he wanted to actually say, but basically, they have so much money. They'll do what they want with it. It's like with
no one's gonna stop a minute.
Yeah, we talked about as well. We mentioned, you heard about the footballers
Getting their money
going to Saudi.
And they got like 400 million pound deals, and I'm like, yo.
A week, is it?
I know, like 400 million.
400 million a week.
A week is crazy, but I think it's over the contract.
$500,000 a week.
So like, let's say 4-year contract, 400 million total.
Yeah, okay, right, yeah.
That's still a lot. 100 million.
Neymar's gone, right, as well.
He must
Idris.
get.
Neymar's gone?
Yeah, Neymar's gone to Al Hilal.
One of those, one of the popular
Ronaldo's at Al Nassr.
Some people are saying that they're ruining the
They're ruining
balance
it. They're ruining
it. Ruining the balance in football, innit, or something like that. I mean, I don't watch football, so you man will know.
Now, for me, I think I understand. Yeah, they take. At first, you're thinking, okay, some of the footballers at the end of the careers, they want to make money, calm, whatever. But it's when the footballers that are in the peak in their careers, you're like, hold up, you're mid-20s. Like, why are you going now? And you're playing in a top Premier League team. That's when they start questioning it.
Personally, I say it as any other career. Like, look, you're always going to chase the money. Like, if I have my current job and I want to move, I'll always go for more money. I'm not going to move.
Speak for yourself,
because if you're
like,
in the job for the love of it, or if you're in the job for the money. So
why can't I love it and have the money?
No,
like,
as in like, you know,
football.
some players will be like, okay, I'm playing for this team and this is my team and I'm not going anywhere else.
But you can't say to these footballers, especially the ones in their peak careers, right, that have not won Champions League, that have not won Premier League titles, whatever, to say, oh, they're going to the Saudi League purely based on football reasons. Have you seen the Saudi League?
No, it's a farmers league, but now
that's compliment.
They're gonna come for you.
Like, it's good. Like, it's entertaining now, sure, but the levels ain't there. I mean, people take the piss out of the French league still, you know.
Do they?
Yeah, like PSG and winning all the time, you know. Mbappe.
Oh yeah, true. Yeah, you literally have like 2 teams, and it's like,
it's like, okay, fine. Oh, Mbappe scoring 1 million goals, but you're doing it in the French league.
Yeah.
It's like me
But
scoring
then
against
can't you
children.
say? Well, I guess it's more balanced in the Champions League. What's the?
Yeah, it does it in the Champions League and the World Cup and stuff.
Yeah, where because you got everyone's at a high level, so it's more competitive. Whereas if you go off somewhere, you know, you take Ronaldo and you put him in a team in a league where they're gonna be the best team now that they've got Ronaldo because he scores so many goals. It's just gonna be like, well, they're gonna win all the time. So what's the point?
But I think there's another point to this as well, because obviously people complain that they're going, but then it's like, why are you complaining for to the English league and the Italian league and the Spanish leagues? Because you're doing exactly what they're doing. It's the hypocrisy. So like they're saying, "Oh, you're taking all the players' money, this, that." I'm like, hold on,
But isn't the Champions League doing as well?
Not the Champions League.
Wait, I don't know
Tell
the
me you
leagues,
don't
bro.
know about football. So no, so like the Premier League,
That's what I'm
and the
trying to say.
Italian league before went in the 90s, and Spanish league always. Basically, mainly Real Madrid and Barcelona. They used to take all the top players from every league around the world.
Right,
Just give them loads of money.
Yeah. So obviously, you're in the Portuguese league, the French league, Danish league, whatever. They're not making that much money, and they can't. They just don't have that kind of money. Maybe one or two teams. So then Man United comes in. All of a sudden, from like maybe £1,000 a week, which is still a lot. You're on 10,000, 15,000, maybe even 100,000 a week already. That's why there was a thing where at United, Man United. I support them, unfortunately. Sorry, any United haters. Everyone will be like, I'm not watching the podcast no more.
We've been talking about fucking football for the last 3
It's like
minutes.
some players, like some legends at the club, right? Like the Scholes and Giggs and all of them lot. They got paid way less. I don't know, not a lot, no, a lot compared to us, obviously, but still not a lot compared to players that they just randomly join 1 year. All of a sudden they on 250,000, 350,000 a week. And they're still on 100,000 or something.
I'm trying to think if there's any like other
That comparison.
Yeah, comparisons like say
It's like maybe if you're in an acting perspective.
that's what I'm thinking. Like
you're, if you get someone in your film, you know, like it could be that, and maybe in our circles where you're thinking, how is that like? I know he's a celebrity or whatever, but how is it in that film? So there's other people. They're not famous, but they're talented. They're getting paid barely minimum wage types thing, innit? Oh, we're gonna get to that, innit? And this celebrity guy, because he's got a name, he's getting paid the top price.
Yeah, there's been lots of disputes. Like for example, like whenever Dwayne the Rock Johnson is in the film, he's getting paid more than the main.
But then
cast and stuff. But also, you can argue that
he brings in the money.
Yeah. Like and.
But in this day and age, do people say, "Oh, I'm gonna watch that Dwayne the Rock film"? Like, it's usually the franchise what people are watching like cinema for nowadays.
Yeah.
Like, oh, I'm watching the Avengers film. I'm not watching. I'm not watching the Tony Stark. I mean, not Tony Stark. RDJ.
No, you're right, because obviously Iron Man, all that Marvel film, and then when he was doing his own random films,
no one really watched like that. It's not like back in the day with like Arnold Schwarzenegger and the rest of
Arnold who?
90s. Arnold Schwarzenegger.
I'm black.
But you hit the R like a
But in the olden days, people watching the Stallone
Jean-Claude
like,
Van Damme, bro.
So people, there's no movie stars anymore like that.
Yeah, the last movie star is Tom Cruise, and people I still feel they still kind of go out.
No, I feel like Dwayne the Rock Johnson is.
No, he is
a movie
but
star.
Tom Cruise.
Yeah.
No, what I'm saying
no, I get what you mean.
no, there's a mixture. So it's like you're saying, Rock is the movie star.
Yeah.
But the reason when people go, I'm going to go watch his film. I feel like Tom Cruise was like the last of one of those.
Yeah.
But now I feel they only go to watch Mission Impossible because
maybe so. Because
and I feel like this generation doesn't really know Tom Cruise the same way. If you know what I mean, they just know, oh, that's the Mission Impossible guy.
And that's also down to like. Now we literally have gone on a tangent. We were talking about football, but I like this tangent.
Because you're trying to link it to acting.
Acting, yeah. But it's true that. But I think it's because we got so much stuff to watch. You know,
maybe
like
because going to watch a film was like a big day out with your family.
Yeah, and there wasn't so many films releasing in a year as well. So like in the year, so like if you take it back to like I don't know the 90s, there might be 5 films releasing that. Not even that.
Take it back to 2000.
You mean big films?
We're babies back then.
No, I'm thinking like.
You mean summer films,
like actual like blockbuster films.
Oh
now you're getting
yeah.
10, 20 films
every month. Other month, really. Yeah.
You're getting like 3
you
films
get like
a month.
Shark Megalodon in January, and then
Meg.
What? I don't know, bro.
Yeah, no,
well, you know what I'm saying, innit? The Jason Statham one, you know. I'm gonna kill that fucking shark.
That was good.
Also, if you notice, sometimes the same trend of films, like Friends with Benefits and No Strings Attached, that came out same year, and then Huntsman and then Snow White came out same year. I'm like, is there like a consensus where people just?
It's almost like in Hollywood they discuss what they're gonna release that year. It's like listen, this year we need to release these.
They
type of
feed
films.
off each other.
That used to annoy me because I'm like, I just
They
watched
like
this film. I don't want to watch this film.
Yeah.
So yeah,
it's like studios competing against each other, or releasing something else and hoping that it will make people want to choose to watch the other film more. If you know what I mean.
Yeah, like DC and Marvel do that. They know that. They know they'll release something. They know, let DC drop it. You drop your thing.
Marvel's lacking though.
Yeah, right now it's like.
Oh well, that back in the days used to be like that. I feel like DC, like, I think they're gonna change up now. And
we'll
Marvel, I think
We'll see.
there's the
We'll
films
see with
and
this
stuff.
new universe.
Nah, I think it's still good. I think you know when you've had too much, you're like, I love cake, chocolate cake, but then you eat too much of it. You're just sick. I'm sick of it.
Yeah.
Sick of seeing it.
Literally.
Whatever it is, Disney Plus thing, I'm like, I don't care,
And
man.
then each time you want another chocolate cake, you want it to be the best chocolate cake.
Mm.
And you're just getting regular chocolate cake, so you're like, man. I remember that chocolate cake from
Innit? The
2001.
Top one, innit? Yeah.
That 2005 chocolate cake, man.
God.
Yo, they don't make chocolate
hip
cakes the
prop-
same way.
Talking about chocolate cake, or you talking about something else, yo?
I just love. We just stuck with the analogy. I'm like,
No, but it's true though, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like, I watch Marvel films now, and I'm like, the quality, like, take it away from the cinematic universe, take it away from what it means to be part of this big thing. Just watch that film on its own. Is it a good film? Most of them are not.
the last one it was Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3.
That was actually pretty good.
That tearjerker, man.
That was actually pretty
I ain't
good.
gonna lie.
Oh, no, it was, yeah.
That was
Rocket
actually-
Raccoon.
the Rocket
yeah,
one.
yeah.
Ah, bro.
I was like,
See, I could
damn,
watch
like,
just a Rocket Raccoon, like,
in my
series.
feels, man.
I was drinking wine and I was like.
Wine? In the theatre?
No. I was watching it when it came out.
At home.
I was
Oh,
in
okay.
my room at nighttime with a bottle of wine. I was like, oh shit, this is a mistake.
Now you can't even move.
What's it, Keanu Reeves?
Nah, that was a
good
fantastic film.
But this is what I mean. Like, they need to focus more on creating like a
Standalone.
film that can be a standalone good film that doesn't need the support of being part of this universe.
But they're afraid in it because now it's all about making money.
That's
Now
why
it's
they do
about,
it.
oh, now all the Barbies reached this milestone and
That whole
Oppenheimer-
Barbie thing.
It
What
was so
the
random.
fuck?
It was so bloody random.
Literally, like, it brought back Barbie, like, with a fucking storm. Like, you've seen Barbie dolls being sold again. Like,
Yeah.
I went to my
Obviously, it's
girlfriend
a marketing scheme, innit?
What's the that? It's like the new Toys R Us.
Ken? Oh.
No. Smiths. Went to Smiths, and they've got the fucking big Barbie cutout thing that you can stand in and take.
Oh,
pictures
okay,
and
I see
shit.
bare pictures of that. Yeah.
Like Barbie, everything. I'm like, raw. They've really monopolized on this film.
Is it surprising though?
I feel like it was.
And the commission like 33 more toy related
No,
films.
but
yeah.
what surprised me was the people that are shocked that he made a lot of money. I'm like, Barbie is massive.
It's massive, but I was just surprised by the hype.
Yeah.
For a film for Barbie.
We underplay actually the significance that Barbie has.
Yeah.
in a certain
But I think,
community as well.
I
the
think
whole
also,
multiverse.
because it's huge and girls mainly are going to be sexy. Some boys.
no.
No, you know what? I did actually, no. My cousin
Ken,
had a
innit?
Barbie. No.
Barbie and Ken and all
No,
that,
I
and-
didn't have a Ken, no. Like, I think I had some Power Rangers.
I had Action
dolls,
Man.
whatever it was.
I had an Action
Action
Man.
Man.
Yeah, I had an
Action
Action
Man was
Man.
my shit.
Action Man. Yeah, I had Action Man. My cousin had a Barbie doll, and we'd just be playing with that, and you know what I mean, and doing some madness with that.
Pause. What?
What? We're just playing action in it, man. What? What?
Raw. I think you need some counseling.
Dirty blood. Your mind is gone
No,
down.
you.
You're interpreting it so weird. Just too innocent. Oh my
Stop
God.
talking.
I'm sorry. Can we go to the next question?
Yes.
Yeah, please.
So the next question is comedy.
Oh,
The line. Oh yeah, sorry. I just went to that one.
yeah, it's fine.
No, okay, that one's a bit longer. I feel
Yeah,
like.
we'll go back to it.
Exactly.
If we feel like we need to.
So comedy, the line between own identity that people laugh with and attacking roots that people laugh at.
What is this question saying?
Exactly, you know. Sorry, can you break it down?
This is my interpretation of the question is, so let's say you as an Asian man, instead of like...
Don't
let's say-
assume my definition.
You as a Bengali man, instead of like...
Now you were more specific.
doing jokes based on your experiences as a Bengali man, you choose topics which
man.
are... Stop you interrupting me. All right. Instead of doing jokes about your heritage, things along your experience, you choose things which are easier, which could be like, I don't know, black people jokes, which is like very easy topic because every man says it.
stereotypes and
Yeah,
stuff like that.
stereotypes.
Without actually kind of
Living through it, yeah. Because those are the safe ones to go with. Yeah, that's my interpretation.
Yeah, because I see a lot of like comedy where you watch stand-up comedy and it's always people that have a problem with it are usually people who are not part of the community that the joke is being told.
Yeah, they don't understand.
You know
Sometimes
what I mean? You see a white guy tell a black joke and all the black people in the room are laughing.
laughing.
Yeah.
And all the white people are like,
So it's like
can't
look
say
around.
that.
Yeah, because
And it's like,
that's
we're
coping.
laughing because we understand that
Yeah.
he knows
knows what-
he's been in a space where that thing
understands
has
the struggle,
happened and understands
the relatability.
exactly.
And then you're like, oh my God, he understands us. Yeah, I've been through that as well. And you laugh.
You know, Karen's like,
I watched one where it was like the white guy was like, yeah, I think it was like he went into a barbecue or something, and it was like, yeah, I feel like I went into a black barbecue once, and I feel like they misgendered me. And he was like, everyone's like, what? And he was like, yeah, man, they keep calling me Monica. And all the black people are popping. And he was like, if you're white and you're not laughing, that's because you don't have any black friends.
it's like, Monica.
Or they were just scared to laugh, or they were just scared to laugh. Innit?
Oh, God. Yeah, I've heard that joke before.
It's a really good, but it's things like that where I feel like as long as you're coming from a place of sincerity, from a place where you feel like you
That
have
is a joke.
Connection and
No.
understanding,
Understanding
at least of the communities that you're making a joke about. Because if you don't have the understanding, you don't know what lines not to cross.
Yes and no. I'll tell you
what
why.
I'm
Yeah, as a comedian, not as a comedian, but like
For comedians,
you're for comedians. You want them to be more understanding of where it's coming, because then you won't attack them straight away. Innit? So they'll be like, oh, no, I understand. I grew up around black people or Asian people, so I can say I can say this, but I can relate to it because I grew up with them, so I can relate to you, etc. Say the joke, calm, everyone's calm. But I know there are people like I used to, working in a warehouse and stuff, and they used to say, I remember told you about that old guy saying stuff. He don't know it, he'd relate to it, whatever really. But I know he's coming from a place that he's not being serious about it. His thing was, he's bantering with me, and then at the end of the day,
you can choose whether to see it in a negative or positive way.
This is what he said to me. He was like, you know what? You're all right, I'm like, what do you mean? And like, a lot of people get offended by what I say, but then you're all right, you just give it back. I'm like, yeah, I know you're joking, innit? That's why.
This is the thing where like you need to understand. It's different when it's stand-up comedy. Because on the stage, lots of people are watching you, if you know what I mean, to a one-to-one interaction where you're at work and you understand who the person is, if you know what I mean. So him going up to a random person and starting making jokes, the same jokes, will be seen as offensive. It's like, why did you choose to go out your way to talk to that person to make that joke, if you know what I mean? Whereas if you're in a workplace, you kind of started to build a working relationship. It's like, yo, I'm trying to banter with you. I just met this
guy, Screw what I just said.
This is my first day. No, that's what they do. They're trying to break your balls, innit? So like, literally, they're trying to see how you are as a person. Because, this Asian guys come in here, mainly white people and some black people. Like,
I still think that's a really dodgy way of trying to see how someone is.
I don't know.
Does he like my racist jokes?
No. I don't think they do it. I'm saying
on day one.
But also you need to understand.
They don't do that on purpose. Going, I'm gonna do this.
Yeah.
That's like
it's
the culture. That's unfortunately that's how they grew up.
No, because you go into certain cultures. Like when I say cultures, I mean like in terms of how people grew up.
Yeah.
So say it might be a white guy who grew up in a certain area where the culture there was we make fun of the things that we see and stuff like that, and we both like we hit back. It's that
that's what it is.
Banter. But you need to know where you are.
Yeah.
When you're not in that environment, if you know what I mean, in that community that understands that those are the rules. So you go into certain black communities in America, and you're just getting the shit like fucking roasted out of you for no reason. But that's the community, and if you grow up in that, you understand that they're not doing it because they hate me or because they're trying to be malicious.
How they chat, like that's normal.
Like that stand-up one, the stand-up comedian, the white guy, he was saying about how he didn't want to introduce his new girlfriend to
his family.
No, his friends, and because all his friends are black, and she had like, I don't know, a big nose or something, or it was strong jawline.
And then because
yeah, and it's like, look, I don't want you to, because they'll just roast you and you'll cry. But it's that kind of thing. It's that people come from different understandings and grow up differently. So comedy is a very difficult one, and I take my hat off to anyone who can really navigate that space.
Trust me, man.
That's probably why I get in trouble then, because I don't really. I do kind of change my approach a bit, but for the most part, I don't.
No, you're a lot better from whenever I first met you in navigating.
There are times, mate, some days I'm just like, you know what, I just want to troll everyone. It's like when I turn up to your thing, in Wolverhampton, remember, at your show.
In Wolverhampton.
A
Oh
Scottish
yeah.
girl. I just turned it up to 11.
But again, I feel like there's that understanding with her and the way she grew up, that to know that you're not doing this out of malicious.
She knew.
Out of
but then
like,
after
not,
a
you're
while,
not being racist or something like. But there is a limit. Like, okay, cool, you've been doing this for about an hour now. Cool.
then she thought, oh my god, is this guy seriously like that?
But then again, you met up again and you see.
Yeah, then it's calm. No, exactly, it was calm.
Yeah, you guys understand. You see where her boundaries are and stuff, and then you can kind of gauge. You know.
That's the thing, exactly. So you're saying some people's boundaries are just different. That's all it is, and it's about finding that out. And you're gonna have to find that out by sometimes just not in a bad way, but like you might have to offend someone, not on purpose. What I'm saying is you might joke around, and then all of a sudden you say that one thing. And they'd just be like, oh, so I can't joke about that. And then they'd be like, okay,
that's the thing as well.
Can't joke about that.
If you don't like a joke, be honest. You don't need to be aggressive with it. You don't need to attack the person. But if you don't like the joke, just be like, oh yeah, actually I didn't like that because this is the reason why. Rather than saying that's racist, you can't say that. Give the person the reason, and they might go back and think, oh, actually no, that was a bit crossing the line because I didn't take in consideration that this community went through X, Y, and Z, and that's making light of this situation, if you know what I mean.
Yep.
But it's a very difficult space to navigate.
Yeah, definitely.
You want to do one more question, or do you want to move on to like big topics?
One more question.
I'm gonna go back to the diversity one. Or...
That sounds like a big topic.
Or I thought you were
going
going
to
to
do
the
quick...
anime one.
Okay.
You've been waiting.
Patiently. So
that's it, folks. We're gonna wrap up the episode.
So this person asked, anime and its growing popularity, or the general population missing out? Yes.
Moving on.
Anyway. Now I'll say just say a couple of lines. People are missing out because people assume it's for kids, and really it's not. There's a lot of adult themes in a lot of animes, and as some people, like, this may be cheesy to say, but you can actually learn some life lessons from these animes.
I feel like I've definitely learned life lessons from like.
Also, people think it's just
watching
like
Naruto and stuff.
Yeah, exactly. People. Oh, here's the thing. Okay, you saying Naruto and Dragon Ball, we can say that.
Yeah.
But there are people that don't like that stuff.
That is
shonen. It's basically literally means shonen means young boy. I think young kid or something like that. Young adult. Yeah, exactly. But specifically towards boys, I think. So like, I can understand why a lot of specifically women or people that don't like action,
mainstream anime, because that seems to be shonen is basically the mainstream anime.
Yeah, but it's also typical action. Huh?
My niece loves Naruto. I introduced her. And
well, you know, the majority forget Naruto itself, but like just like action genre. They want to find something different, you know.
Yeah.
There's loads of different. That's the thing people think.
Life,
like
exactly.
Romantic,
cool stuff.
There's horrors, there's comedies. You know, there's literally
anything. And then you get to the weird ones.
But the point is, there's everything.
Oh, you're missing out. You are. You're missing out on.
Long story short, cool. Yeah, we can go in deeper another time. But
one more thing as well, like a lot of people don't even realize that they've been watching anime.
Exactly. Because we all watched Pokemon. No one knew that was an anime.
Digimon.
I didn't know Dragon Ball Z was an anime at the start because I was in dub and I was watching it on Jetix, whatever.
I don't know episodic. If it was. I don't think I knew.
And back in it, you know, Fox Kids.
Yeah.
So One Piece and stuff was on there.
Oh yeah, One Piece as well. Yeah, and all that.
And a lot of people don't realize that it was like Japanese animation because they changed so much things. Even in Pokemon,
food.
Like, they had like the food. They changed it into biscuits.
The sushi or the rice. They changed it to a burger and cookies.
I never picked up on that.
Because they were like, oh, our audience won't understand. But what they didn't realize they were doing is actually taking away a lot of learning of someone else's culture.
Yeah, definitely.
And I think that's what anime has actually done a lot for people, is actually understand another way of thinking of interpreting story and things like that.
I mean, big directors have taken influence from anime.
Literally, you know, Akira is one of the biggest influences in terms of film, in terms of like everything.
If you watch Creed,
Ghost in the Shell,
there's a lot of anime references in that.
Yeah,
from
because you know the Akira
what is it called?
Creed
Ippo? No, what's it called?
Oh,
Digimon Ippo, something like that.
Is it a boxing?
Something Ippo.
There's a boxing one.
Yeah.
I can't remember the.
You know that motorbike scene when he's like drifting in.
Oh, that's in so many films.
I saw a video and literally, it showed all the other films that's taking inspiration from that exact shot, and then completely unrelated to anime, but the directors and whoever's working on that film, on that scene, on that shot, was influenced by an anime.
Yeah.
If you know what I mean.
Also, Inception was inspired by Paprika. The one called
Was
Paprika.
it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Remember Paprika? It's all about going inside the mine and stuff.
Nah,
like that.
I've
I've never had
Yeah,
it.
yeah,
I might add it to the list.
Yeah,
Paprika.
same.
Yeah, it's a bit of a mindfuck, that one.
But yeah, in short, yes, you are missing out on a
Yeah,
lot.
there's a lot of literally there's shots where some director take it shot for shot. There's one called I think Perfect Blue or something, and I don't know, I can't remember the director's name. He directed like one of the Red trilogies, one of the color series. You don't know these. Even I can't remember their name, man. They're one of the bougie directors, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And he literally copies. So she's like in the bath, and she's like laying down,
Yeah.
to see her face, and just her face. That's it. It's literally shot for shot.
Mad,
She
yeah.
goes in the bath and then screams in the water.
Okay, I know which one you're on
You know what I'm
about.
talking about?
Yeah. The screaming in the water thing. Yeah.
Oh, no, because we probably watched that YouTube thing as well, or maybe.
No. I feel like I remember seeing that shot of screaming in the water, and it's mad how much in anime they're actually looking at how would you film this in a realistic sense, if you know what I mean. And so a lot of their stuff are cinematic, are like as if you're gonna watch a live action film.
All right, moving on then from that. Next thing is screenings.
No, the viewer question. The last viewer question.
Is it? Oh, we're gonna end on
Yeah, we're gonna
screenings.
end on screenings. Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right. Next up, we're doing.
The final viewer question, which is, does diversity in film actually benefit representation of culture?
No.
Well, that's that. Anyway, no, I think so. I mean,
You mean?
Wait. Say the question again.
does diversity in film actually benefit representation of culture?
It does and it doesn't.
Yeah, there's films that do very well. Like okay,
Give a percentage.
There's a series on Disney Plus called Kizazimoto. Watch its anthology Black Stories, and they actually show like there's an episode about Zimbabwe and it's set in the future, like Black Panther type futuristic stuff, and everything they're saying is correct.
What is that based on?
Kizazimoto
Is that based on a comic book?
I mean, it must be. I saw it on Disney Plus. It's actually really good, and I would recommend it to anyone to watch. I've sent it in the group chat a couple of times.
Have you? No, you haven't.
Yes, I have. Oh, you're not part of it. I mean, no, you are. Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
He sent it in the other group chat.
the one you left. Nah, I pretty think I sent it in the chicken and waffle. Check. But
I'm
so
sorry.
yeah, things like that is good.
I feel like it matters when, say, the story is the story is integral to having the correct cultures represented within it. Some things it's like there's
Token stuff.
a lot of these films these days are just putting in a diverse cast just for the sakes of putting in a diverse
Like
cast.
not everywhere you go that there's gonna be an Asian, Muslim, gay, black, trans, whatever it is. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, wait. I've not
Okay,
seen
no,
that.
you did show me that.
A cartoon. Oh, I think
Yeah,
it's
it's animation. Yeah.
3D animation. But no, yeah, I think it's important for people to feel like they're being seen. It's like the argument of like Little Mermaid and her being black and stuff.
She shouldn't be black.
And as much as I'm like,
Yeah, things like
don't.
Mermaids are clearly redheads. Come on.
There's multiple arguments. There's you're taking it from you want young girls of ethnic minorities to be able to feel represented in their favorite thing, to be able to feel like, oh, I can be, so they don't go into school dressed as Little Mermaid and they're like, you're not white, you can't be Little Mermaid.
But at the same time, I'm always like, there's a source material. Just let's keep it to that. Create new characters. Because why can't they? There actually is a black mermaid within the Little Mermaid. What you call it? Verse. Yeah, there is. If you watch like the animation. I'm
so why couldn't they do
here.
a film that was focused on
No,
that
that's what I'm saying.
I mean, yeah, because it's not popular, innit? You know what I'm saying?
Might not be, but Ariel could still be in that story.
But also, I feel like that film was also trying to build on the trend of like, we're gonna gender bend all the characters.
It's always gingers that gender bend for black people. I'm just saying. Have you not noticed that? Okay, so for example, Jimmy Olsen is a ginger photographer for Superman.
Made him black.
That was black.
In the Flash.
What you call it? Obviously, Little Mermaid, she's ginger. Now she's black. There's more.
Mary
characters.
Jane.
Mary Jane.
Oh shit!
Ginger.
Black.
Shit! Yeah.
I think we're on to something here.
And what's in a nanogram for ginger?
Shit!
Just say something.
Yeah.
You said gender bend. What you meant
I meant to race bend. Sorry.
No, he meant ginger bend. That's what I meant.
Sorry. Okay. So I retracted gender thing, but I meant race.
Fire. Ginger. These are the elements.
Okay, fine. Okay, I retract my statement on gender bend, but definitely race bend.
Yeah.
For gingers is something
That's
I was
interesting.
saying, and I don't get it.
It's the one that people will least complain about.
Maybe so. It's still bizarre though.
Yeah.
It's still bizarre.
And it's funny, like, when you take characters that are already... So, like, you know, in the comic books, you have, like, you know, you got your Miles Morales, you've got... you actually do have a black Captain America in the Marvel comics and stuff like that. And people think, oh, you know, you're just trying to change everything. It's like, actually, if you look at the source material, we're just showing you a different character.
Just like Black Superman.
Exactly. Black Superman is a character. It's not like we're trying to change Superman.
Yeah, except
He's
he's
Black
not.
Superman.
Black
He's not Kal-El. It's like
blue and
something
white.
else. Like
Blue
he's
and white suit, innit?
I think he's adopted by the L family.
Yeah.
But
Oh yeah, he's got to be adopted. Great.
but I think the issue with the whole
He grew up with just his mum. Like,
wow. I think
Was his dad not around?
Superman's black, yo. You know, I'm thinking like his dad died straight away. Like,
He's
come
got
on.
Kane Rose.
Exactly. Are you
yeah.
serious though? What's his name then?
I can't remember.
Is it
It's
like a
like
new thing?
it's something L. Like obviously he's Kal-El, but he's like a doctor.
Leroy.
Lee Rao.
L'Oreal.
No,
Jamal L.
I can't remember off the top of my head.
Tyrell.
Tyrell.
Yeah.
But yeah. But I think the issue with like Michael B. Jordan.
That's be-
wanted
nah,
to make a
Superman's be
film,
too OP
he
if
wanted
he was
to make-
black.
Hey, he wanted to make Clark Kent black. Like, that was the issue.
No.
Michael B.
do that.
The Michael B.
Oh,
Jordan.
right.
Um,
Oh, what do you mean? He wanted to
as
do
in
it?
like I don't know. But he
Oh,
was
they
the one.
wanted-
He
he
wanted
was
to
pushed
play a
up.
black Clark Kent. Black Clark Kent. Rather
I
than
but I can't see, not him, not because of him, but I'd rather have someone else that is black rather than Michael B.
just a
Jordan.
new guy. Yeah.
You know what I mean? I just don't see Michael B. Jordan as the black
No, I
Superman.
don't think it's for him to be playing a black
That is,
Whatever.
Clark Kent.
if Idris Elba was younger, or
No, I still wouldn't.
like, did you see Idris
Yeah,
Elba as
new
like James
new,
Bond?
new actor.
I can't think of
These are the type
any.
of roles he
But
needs
this
a
is the
new-
thing as well. Like when they try to put change these characters into minority, whatever you want to call it, they always go for the most famous person of that.
Yeah.
And that person always gets the
But
roles,
look,
and then it gets
Dave-
boring to watch.
Did you see the recast of Superman? It's literally just a BTEC version of Henry
yeah.
Cavill.
Is
Yeah.
it?
Yeah.
I still don't know why they recast him.
And the fact that they're keeping Gal Gadot as Wonder Woman for that new
Are they?
universe. Yeah.
The thing is, out of all the people that have spoken about Wonder Woman, no one likes her. I think physically she looks the role.
Apart. Yeah, she looks apart. But
I can believe, like, in terms of the way they animate things as well, like, it feels like, you know, like, say, one thing I always, like, have an issue with, like, with the superhero films is, with the female characters, it doesn't feel like the strength is showing. If you know what I
It's
mean.
more about
Like,
their femininity.
You're not, it's not showing the power of being superhuman, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Whereas, like, if you look at Wonder Woman, you see that you actually believe in she has superhuman strength.
Yeah.
In terms of the way they animate it.
See the struggle.
do you think the
In the
reason why
Flash film, Supergirl, you
Oh,
believe.
I've not watched Flash, but the animation
it was
compared to like the
bro,
TV
thing
show
is, the
is
scene-
so
it was
bad.
dead, man.
There's scenes where I'm like, this is fantastic. And then the rest of
Man's
the film,
like-
I'm like, this is shit.
Like I was
I hate
fortunate.
the run-
Man was doing the Carlton while running, yo. What was that animation?
I was disappointed. You know what I mean? Like if I'm saying that, that's
No, exactly.
it's
You're
bad.
saying that. Must have
Things,
been
I was
that.
fortunate because I watched it as a +1 to my cousin who had
Thanks for the invite.
a free. Well, she only gets 1+1. Anyway, so if I paid money for it, I'll be tweeting about it. I'll be like, "Hey, this is trash." But no, it was.
But the thing is,
Disappointing.
in terms of storyline and content, it was actually sick. I really enjoyed it.
No, the story had potential.
And
But
Ezra
what
Miller's
about the
acting-
representation of diversity? What do you guys think about that?
But in that film,
Well,
there
he's-
wasn't much.
he's,
Except for actually Sasha
no.
Calais.
Yeah, they're representing
Ezra Miller
rapists in
is,
films, on it. Yeah,
what?
yeah. What? Ezra Miller? What the fuck is?
We'll get onto that. We'll get onto that. But Ezra Miller's, in terms of like, obviously
He can't be cancelled, blood.
is he South American?
He ain't black.
Native
Ezra
American or
Miller.
what's his background?
Ezra Miller.
Is it?
He's a bit of something.
Is he Jewish?
He got a bit of a sprinkle of more than salt and pepper.
Is
Is he Jewish?
Yeah, is he
Ezra
Jewish?
Goldberg. Nah, I don't think so. Ezra Miller.
Anywho,
Nah.
no, I thought
He's something, but
his
you can't
acting
tell.
was sick because I truly believed that he played two. Like,
Yeah,
it looked
yeah,
like
that
he was
was
watching two different actors.
But that's the
was
thing.
good.
He's mad as fuck. Yeah, but he's actually a sick actor. Remember?
And that's why I think, with the whole controversy and everything, usually studios would
but
just
they
drop
drop
the actor.
yeah.
Yeah,
I think
his mom
they
was Jewish.
filmed. Okay, they filmed. What they filmed, I think they were like, if we drop him, this film's gonna be shit.
But he already sold his soul for another year, and that's probably why.
So, his father's Jewish and his mother is German.
Right,
Oh,
the wrong way
okay.
around.
Really?
So you don't get as
Oh,
well
yeah.
as that.
Yeah, but you said his father's. You don't get
Aryan race
Crazy
and that.
shit. But the Jewish part. Okay, they're European Jewish, then innit? Like they're not from.
Okay, moving on from this topic.
No, but yeah, like I feel like with the controversies and stuff, and I said this like way back when I was like, the only reason why they kept him is because they know the film is sick. Put aside the CGI, which was
Yeah.
Nah, but it's mad.
Also,
that-
there was representation with where's she from? Sasha.
Oh,
Collins?
the Supergirl.
Supergirl.
Yeah,
was.
She
yeah.
was.
good,
Yeah,
yeah.
I don't know where she's from, but
But
I mean, everyone just being like, "Oh my gosh, she's so fit." Like that's
she is
literally
fit.
everyone just going.
She's very fit.
she is. She is.
Like
she is-
everyone, man, woman,
she's bad, man.
cat,
She's
dog,
bad.
like, oh, like they're just going, they're just going crazy for her.
There's a few things in the film where I'm like, okay, whatever.
I haven't
in
watched
terms
it.
of
I just
story
seen
and
clips.
the need for certain characters, but I think
How's
in terms
Batman?
of acting, Batman was actually alright.
Which one? Oh, Batman was
Keaton,
one.
Keaton,
Michael
OG
Keaton.
Batman.
Oh no, I enjoyed watching
Yeah,
it.
I
Man.
enjoyed
I
it.
enjoyed watching it.
Anywho,
Oh, what?
talking about representation in film
Yeah,
and
yeah,
media.
yeah. But like, okay, so you were saying that some films, yes, you do it, and some films you don't. I
What do
give
you
I
think
give you an example of where it does. Give me an example of where it doesn't.
Okay,
Just
go on,
because
go on.
there's that diversity.
Yeah.
No, I'm saying I give you one.
Oh
you give
right,
me
I'm
one.
trying to think.
I mean, you got okay. From your point of view, just from your background, you
Yeah.
say then you said the Zim
Because
cartoon.
Quasimodo. It's
Right.
not
Is
a
it actually
cartoon, it's
Zim?
an anthology
Oh,
of African stories.
okay.
Just one episode was to do with
About
Zimbabwe,
Zim.
and I was
No,
like,
but
yo,
it's like representation
Yeah.
there, innit?
But then again, you're talking about a specific subject matter that includes this specific community of people, and therefore they have to be represented. It wouldn't be right if the whole cast was white. And it
Oh,
was
but they do that because we know
Zimbabwe,
some films
you
here.
know what I
Oi, there was Idris. There was the film was like Somalian pirates, whatever, and the Somalian was not played by a Somalian. It was played by. It's played by Andre Pierre, and he's. Not, I
oh,
don't
you're talking
think
about that film.
Okay.
Where you
I
did-
don't
Is
think
it that film where you went to
he's
get paid? Is it
Somalian.
The one where
I don't know
no,
him
not that.
closely.
It was the.
I know he's black. Maybe he's Chinese, but no. But he's definitely not
Then
Somalian.
again, it's like
Because every time I say Achi, he don't look at me.
Yeah, so where does diversity end? Do you want people? Do you want the stories? Is that what you mean by diversity, or is it the actual people?
Diverse, yeah, like no stories too. So like not just casting, but also telling the kind of story. So sometimes they'll cast a thing and they just there the token. You watch a film, you like Jurassic World Park, whatever. Oh look, there's some random brown person in the background. Okay, look, there's an Asian man. Calm, nice.
yeah.
Are you
That's
telling
calm.
anything? You're
No, I
not.
don't mind that in terms of like. In the real, is okay. Let's say Jurassic Park, for example.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
gonna be like some Indian people in the back and some black people in the back or Asian people in the back, whatever. That's
No, you need to feel it. Yeah, that's calm.
you're gonna fill out. You're gonna
I'm
fill
saying
out with
if
people
they-
that are of
that's
this world.
that's
you know what I
diversity.
mean?
But that's
not
enough.
not
That's diversity.
representation.
It's not representation.
Or culture, yeah.
Yeah.
Because sometimes that's enough. They're like, we've given you. You're there. Like, but you're not telling any story.
If you're not telling the story of the people and the culture that they represent, then for me it's not
Or you don't even have to be telling like if I'm playing someone, you need to tell someone from Bangladesh and telling he's come fresh off the boat, eating samosas,
Yeah,
whatever.
yeah.
Just a
They-
real
they either-
person
they
with
either
a real story.
do nothing.
Yeah.
Where they've got nothing that talks about their culture.
Always
Or they
like
go
literally
all the way.
caricature.
Caricature, like it becomes
Apu
everything.
from The Simpsons. Thank you, come again.
I
All
just
that kind of
think
shit.
films, if a film that has nothing to do with any of the cultures, it shouldn't just be all one
you-
race. So let's say, like you said, Jurassic Park. You might as well have everyone from every race.
Just
because-
like your
You got that.
so like things like Jurassic World and stuff.
Yeah.
It's not. There's no need to have an all-white cast. Sprinkle in some spice there. you
which
know?
they have.
Yeah, which they have, which they have.
What's his name?
In
Jurassic World.
the Bollywood actor that died.
Yeah, him
That
and
one on the helicopter.
was it thingy?
Samuel L. Jackson was in that, but that's ages ago.
Which one?
The first
Oh,
one.
okay. I was talking about World.
No,
Oh,
Jurassic
World.
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 What's
not
his
seen
name?
the recent one.
Chris
Freaking
Pratt and all that.
not British actor.
British actor.
Yeah, Asian actor.
In
Our
Marvel
favourite one.
films.
No.
Riz, no,
Riz Ahmed.
Oh, Riz Ahmed.
Wasn't he in Jurassic World?
I can't remember.
He was in
It's
Venom.
It's been a while.
It was in Venom. Oh no.
Oh, you're talking
I'm
about
confused.
Venom.
I'm thinking about Venom. But
You got him confused with the other Asian guy, didn't you?
Wow.
there's not enough in the films.
And you still got them confused. There's only 2 of them. Oh, you shave your beard.
I can't tell you apart.
Um,
No, but like, it's a difficult one to answer though because
does it benefit representation of culture?
It does. Okay, in the long run,
what
it
are you
does.
trying to represent? That's the thing. I
Yeah.
think that's the question you have to ask yourself. So,
Look, we've come a long way though. Like back in the day, they used to black people up. They used to. Have you watched Short Circuit? You don't know. You know Short. You guys don't know this. Short Circuit. Did you go?
no.
Hi, I'm alive. That robot, it comes alive. He got electrocuted and the robot comes alive.
Interesting.
You know Short Circuit, innit? Remember the Indian guy? He was a white guy. Swear down. Swear down. Look here up. Wait, someone look here up. Look up
What,
Short Circuit. Short Circuit.
Please look it up, yeah. I can't take him. It's like with his one finger.
Short Circuit film. Look up the cast.
But it's like
and all these years.
What's his name? Thingy in Prince of Persia.
Yeah, they could have gotten like an Iranian or Middle Eastern type
they
person.
just browned him up. What's his name?
Yeah, Jake Gyllenhaal.
Fair, it
No,
was
no.
1986.
Him as well.
Yeah, but
Oh, there
still.
was 2 people. Shit, there was 2 people.
Yeah,
Jake
her
Gyllenhaal
and Gemma Arterton.
No.
I love how- wait.
The uncle.
Oh, right. Yeah. I know what you're talking about.
Bald
Yeah.
guy. Big actor.
Yeah.
you know what I mean.
You know what? I would not have guessed this guy was Indian. I mean, not Indian.
He's white.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's white.
Yeah, it's white.
Oh, I know what film you're on about. Yeah,
Short Circuit.
yeah.
There's loads, one film that you don't even remember it's in there. Breakfast at Tiffany's. Obviously, that's way older. 60, 67 maybe. I don't know, maybe.
But
older than
you
that.
can't also compare those
No,
times
but, like,
where
it's
it
just-
was like we don't. There was a thing of like not bringing certain
Yeah.
people in, and we're gonna represent this culture, but we don't really want to, all that kind of stuff.
But a lot of the famous actors have like blacked them and done that. Marlon Brando's, he
RDJ.
played like a Vietnamese. But that's the one that worked. And he was
Yeah,
nominated
to where his
for an Oscar.
his character was.
I'm a
doing
dude
it,
playing
yeah.
a dude playing another dude or something
Yeah.
like that. So he worked.
So it
He
kinda
was
works
an
a lot.
actor playing that obnoxious type of actor. I think they can play anything.
Yeah. The same thing with Robert Downey Jr. in Tropic Thunder.
Yeah, that's
We
what
literally just
we're
Oh,
talking
you
about.
just said Marlon Brando.
I said RDJ.
And then he said
Oh, what
RDJ.
did you say? My bad. Look, so we don't know. A lot of people had a problem with that, and I'm like, that's
Yeah.
the whole point of that. Of
That's
that
what he's trying to
character.
bring up.
Yeah. It's like the actors that it's
Think that they can just play any kind of
Yeah,
role,
yeah,
especially like literally to change their ethnicity, which is what they did back in the days.
But my thing is, it's like, say
Would you do that? Would you?
You-
Is he okay in voice?
what?
Is he okay in voice? Because
Or like
we got,
Cleveland
for
Brown and
example,
Family Guy.
Apu is played by Hank Azaria, who plays Moses like as well, and he's playing Apu.
It's like
You
the
don't-
guy that
you can't
plays
tell.
Cleveland Brown is a white guy.
White guy. South Park.
South
If
Park,
you watch the
I think
behind
South
the
Park is
scenes,
his own category,
the
man.
one guy, he just like.
Yeah, South Park.
I'm
is
not
his
even
own-
gonna get into it. I'm not even gonna get into
Yeah,
it.
South Park is his own thing.
You see the clip of like when they're doing the centipede thing.
No.
Oh my god, it's so funny. I'm not gonna do it. I want to do it.
Don't
Don't do it. Oh, don't do it. Oh my God.
No, but my thing is like, if you're gonna switch out a character and just make them black for the sake of it, or make them any other race for the sake of
Yeah.
it, then I either want to see. The reason is because people don't feel represented in that character being played,
Yeah. I tell you,
or it needs to have a little of something that says like say, okay, for example,
the best misrepresentation.
Have you ever?
give me any like James Bond, for example. You're
Make
gonna make
him-
James Bond black.
That's actually not
you ha-
really James Bond, though, innit?
No. Not about the female
Oh, right,
character,
yeah,
but
yeah.
just in general, the James Bond character.
Yeah.
A comedian made a funny joke. You know, you got this spy, James Bond. He's black. You're in the middle of Scotland.
Yeah. It's kind of, yeah.
Who's the spy?
You can't be going to like Russia, Scotland, and being a
Do you know what I'm
spy.
saying? You're gonna have to. You need to be self-aware of what you're doing. If you know what I mean. In terms of the culture that the person is because no matter how you're gonna, it's different if it's like a fantasy film. You got
It'd work as a short film, innit? Black James Bond.
As a comedy, yeah.
Man gets shot on sight.
But also, that sometimes diversity is quite negative because have you ever noticed where the president of the United States is always a black guy when there's some bad things going on? Mm-hmm. Like,
White House Down.
Yeah, White House Down.
Oh, right, in film.
Yeah, in films.
Yeah, in films.
In real life.
In films.
They always make bad films when there's a black president.
I'm thinking of Obama when he got elected. I'm like,
Exactly. Only one black president, but all the films were presidents.
What's the film called? Where he goes into the future. He gets frozen in time.
Oh, he's frozen in time.
Idiocracy. Idiocracy.
Oh, yeah.
What's his name? Terry Crews plays the president, and he's like,
everyone's
shit.
stupid. Yeah.
Oh yeah, that one.
Funny though.
Obviously,
I don't mind as a comedy, but it's a serious films where I'm like, come on, man. Why is it always us?
And when it's really, when it's really serious, like, yeah, they're the best. It's always a woman.
Oh, is it?
It is.
I've never noticed.
Because no, they want to portray that hasn't happened yet.
the one thing that what I like they did was what's the Up? Don't Look Up or something.
Yeah.
What about?
DiCaprio.
Oh, yeah.
Female president.
Yeah.
She wasn't really doing the things that's, if you know what I mean.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
it was a very self-aware
Who
of.
was it again? The president. Was it? No.
Meryl Streep?
Meryl Streep.
Yeah, Meryl Streep,
She
yeah.
played it sick though.
Yeah. Like she played the real. Sometimes
That's the thing.
That's what happens when you go too far. Right? Yeah, we get it. Power. Yeah, right. Then they're too perfect. They're not real. They're not representing us. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's all we want. Real representation. Where it's yes, you will have these stereotypes. There are stereotypes for a reason, right? So yes, you're gonna have the one coming off the boat, eating the food, this, that, etc., speaking the language. Then the ones who don't know that crap, you know, the coconuts, they're not really in touch with their culture as much.
And that's no fault to them, if you know what I mean. It's not saying like, no,
look,
you're not.
yeah, exactly. We are all. Some will question us like, who do you side with? I'm like, obviously you guys weren't born here. I was, but at the same time, like, who are you gonna choose? Are you gonna choose England or Brit? Are you British, English?
Or in a war
Muslim?
type thing.
Yeah. Like, but how can I, like? Are you proud to be British? I'm like,
In
proud
some
of
ways,
what?
Proud to be British,
want
but if
to
I
be
have to
proud,
escape
but
World War
also-
III, I'll go with him.
No, like in terms of like say like our own cultures and stuff, like I think you have a sense of British pride because this is where we grew
Well,
up.
there is like when the
in terms of
computer
culture, this
when
is
the
the
computer
culture we understand.
settings come on and he says British, US or American, I'm like British. Straight
I
away.
want it, my spellings with an S, not a Z.
Z, exactly. COLUR. Remember,
And it's mad how many British people don't know how to spell mum in the English way. It's
British
MUM. Everyone thinks it's MOM.
What?
That's the American spelling.
Yeah.
I mean, I think it's only.
No, what's
Brummie
funny
who's
is-
do MOM because everywhere else
No,
is
because
MUM.
obviously spelt mum, but we say mum.
Yeah, it's like Brummies, especially
we
black
say
countries
mum.
spell it MOM.
Yeah, we say mum.
Go to your mum's house.
But everywhere
Yeah.
else,
We don't say go to
we
your mum's
spell
house.
it. Down south, I've never seen it.
No, we spell it with a U.
Yeah. This is a tangent. Wow.
Yeah, but
Representation
I think we have-
doesn't.
I think we've answered the question.
It does matter. I feel like it does matter. It is important, but it needs to have some sort of integrity and research behind it. Why you're shifting a character into being a certain thing,
Yeah,
a
definitely.
certain race or whatever, whether it's gender, whether it's sexuality, all these things. You have to be self-aware of what you're doing and why you're doing it.
Yeah.
Not just to say, "Oh, we're riding on this trend because everyone's making a film where the lead is black or the lead
I mean, that's
is
what
gay
they
or
did, for
lead is
example,
this."
with like Star Wars. They just had John Boyega as like, oh look, oh my God, a black. Obviously, there was Landon Donovan, whatever his name was.
Donald
That's a
Glover, who
footballer.
played, Donald Glover.
His character,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
played by the OG one.
I was disappointed with his performance on that.
In that, yeah.
Donald Glover.
Yeah. He
Is it?
plays
Which one?
Lando in Rogue One.
He didn't push into like he
I
was trying to be
stopped.
this.
First, I think I fell off Rogue One.
Talking about Solo.
Solo.
Yeah.
in Solo.
Oh, I never watched that because I got off.
It
Force
was
Awakens
kind of a
is-
death
It's
film
I
as
feel
well.
like outside of Atlanta and maybe a community where he was sick, but it's not really drama stuff in it. There's not a lot of strong performances, you know.
So you're thinking of Billy D. Ray, or
Yeah, that guy. Yeah.
originally was.
Originally played Han Solo, not Lando.
Because he was not. He basically that was just him.
Yeah.
He was basically just being himself. He was cool like that. whereas
What was
you
nice
tell-
though, they were a bit self-aware in Solo. The fact that it was something about being the only black guy in space or some shit. I don't know. They made like a little joke, and I was like, that's funny, but I wish you did made a better film. If you know what I mean. But again, these things you just need to be self-aware.
Yeah.
Anywho,
The
Yeah.
last thing then.
So yeah. So I mean, do we have that in any screenings that we have in the locals? Like, do you reckon we got diversity there in any films that you've
I
seen?
don't know. We'll find out,
think-
innit?
No, I think in terms of locally, naturally, because we live in Birmingham.
Diversity in
We're gonna have
terms
diversity.
of probably ethnicity, but not diversity in terms of like different castes and stuff. You know what I'm saying?
But in terms of,
you will always see. Okay,
no, I can actually no. Let me say something.
Because we're locked into a specific circle of filmmakers.
I've already had a discussion with Idris.
I'll tell you this. The most recent screening, which was Idris's one. There was many films that was there, and I would say it's quite diverse. You had things like Tom's short film where there's
Ali was really good in which one? Or Trinity? She was really good in. Well, no, she was in.
He was in Tom's one,
and
which was
in,
I can't remember the name of it.
Two of them as well. So that's what I'm saying.
A
lot of them were in. A lot of them, and which is calm.
But I think in Birmingham generally, I'd like to see more.
You just see a lot of the same
different
faces.
Actors.
Yeah.
But anyway, what do you guys think of the short films in that screening? I really enjoyed
the screening we're talking about, by the way, is Idris' screening. Idris had a screening.
Successful screening. People came to it.
It was sold out.
It was sold out.
However, what's interesting about screenings though, every time we go to a screening, it's always sold out. And then there's about 50% of the people there.
Or they come late.
People just reserve just in case.
Or they come. When I say they, I mean Triz comes late.
Sorry, Triz.
Black and brown timing.
Classic. Yo.
Any event that we
told him like it was the day before as well, and he still came.
I thought he came like straight back from work.
Oh, is he?
That's
why. Oh, okay.
Yeah, he had his badge.
Yeah, he still was wearing his security badge.
But no, I think there was a lot of good short films that day. Like my particular favorite one was Ruby Tuesday.
Yeah, my top two was
any favorite scenes from that?
Oh, mate, I don't know what we want to talk about the scenes because they're very hard hitting. And
come on,
I'd have to do a trigger warning. I'm not gonna lie. But
I gave you away already. But
yeah, I mean, there was really strong themes in that. So I don't really want to talk about it too much.
The thing about it is that, as much as for that certain scene, it was hard to watch.
It was longer.
It was
the original edit was longer. That's what I was surprised. Remember, it was way longer.
The scene went on for me. The scene went on for too long.
No, you thought that was long.
No, that's what I'm saying. The fact that it was longer, but also it's like what I understood from it is that this is the reality. Things just happen like that. It was based on a true story.
Like bleak, like life's bleak, and stuff that happens.
Moving on to the other films that was at the screen.
So we all liked the film, you said, didn't it?
Yeah,
really
enjoyed it. And you're tired of talking about it, okay.
Yeah.
And what was the other film?
need.
So the first film that was screened was
Has Been,
which is great.
Which is completely different to that.
Yeah, it was like a comedy.
I really wanted Ruby Tuesday first, then
it was like a parody of what's his name? What's the actor?
Watch that sad ass shit and then bring yourself up. Which was what you know what? No, here's the thing with me, innit? I watched most of the films. That's why I want that gas to actually go because
You've already seen them, you saw pre.
I watched all, and I watched like the original car, which was more bleak. That one anyway.
Anyway, we're going back on Ruby Tuesday, so we're talking about Has Been now.
Yeah. Oh, you don't want to talk about Ruby Tuesday? Why not? Do you have?
Because we've just spoken about it.
Oh, we did.
We actually just started talking about Has Been.
Right, we did just talk about Ruby Tuesday.
We were talking about Has Been, and then you went back.
Film, but compared to Has Been, which is a comedy, full-out comedy.
Fucking 2p in you today, bro. Fucking heck. Anyway, Has Been was a comedy that was kind of a parody of what's his name? The fucking
Steven
Seagal.
Like an 80s
action star. The idea of
90s.
like being a washed-up actor and still trying to cling on to that fame.
Basically,
it made me laugh so much.
Is right now.
It made me laugh so much. That was
but it's funny because Steven Seagal is actually a very accomplished martial artist. It's just that he's genuinely
No, he is, but he's become a joke now.
He's become because of the films, though.
Yeah.
If you know what I mean.
Not because of the film. Partly that. It's because of real life. The way he acts in real life.
Yeah. It's that thinking you're at a certain level above everyone else, and But anyway, that's the theme. The main themes in the film. I really like the kind of the look at the mental of someone who's going through that. If you know what I mean.
I feel like we could have. I wanted more from as in terms of like the shots or something like a bit more like.
I wanted the biggest
like
separation.
A Hot Fuzz type thing, man. You know, the quicker shots or something.
I wanted the biggest separation from in the films, like the crate. Like obviously in the film, you see his old films.
Oh, like different how his personality.
Yeah. No, not personality. I think personality should stay the same in terms of the camera shots. So I wanted it. So when we're in
like
reality,
obvious,
I wanted it to
like
be still, no panning shots, nothing, just very still, very almost documentary type.
Yeah.
And then when we're seeing his
past film.
films,
It's like all over.
it's all like all over the place and like
comedy.
the
Super
characters that they played in those films within the films were great and stuff like that. But as a whole, I really enjoyed it.
I think the actors did a really good job.
Absolutely.
Matt Fernley, and then Gerdev.
Gerdev was
brilliant.
He was funny, man.
He was actually funny.
He spoke Korean. He spoke Arabic. He moved his lips, and the words didn't even match. But I don't know how he did that. He's like a ventriloquist.
He was funny, man. Yeah,
he did that sick.
Yeah. And I watched it because we watched it before. You helped Zayn and that, but we watched on the small screen. But watching on the big screen
Makes a difference.
way better. No, way better. I'm like, I watched it. It's funny. I did laugh on that. But then watching that, I'm like, okay, yeah. Some things you think, I'm not gonna translate.
The ending was a bit too
abrupt.
Yeah.
I feel like there was something missing. That's what it was.
Yeah.
There was
Literally.
something there.
What else?
Is it Bench in the Park? What's it called? What's Tom's
A Bench in the Park.
Is that
Bench
was
in
that the name of it?
Park.
Yeah.
I can't comment on that film because by that time I had I caught something in that moment, maybe COVID or something. I can't
Maybe
remember.
something called the giggles.
Yeah. And
And you weren't even watching.
I was laughing. I
thought-
caught.
I could see the intention behind it.
Yeah.
I could see what he was trying to do again.
These were real life conversations as well from his time.
Yeah. And it was part of your competition.
Yeah.
Do you want to talk about that real quick?
Yeah, it was the startup film competition I had launched last year. Essentially, the whole reason was to give people a chance to make their first short films, and give them the experience of making a film, because not a lot of people who want to make a film know how to make a film. So
And which films were these?
it was Kaidan by Ezra Miller, and A Bench in the Park by Tom Holland.
And that was his first script, isn't it? That you
was
wrote.
his first script.
Both of them, innit?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I'll be completely honest. I didn't really enjoy Bench in the Park.
I can't comment
I
on
can
it.
see what he was trying to do, where he was trying to get at, and I can see the ambition behind it. And I think for a first film, it's a good first shot. Just thinking a bit more about the clarity to the audience and how we can actually follow the narrative of what he's trying to do. Like, I think he was trying to do like one story, and all the other stories were kind of feeding in through that one story, the main story or whatnot, being told. But it was basically people in the park talking, having conversations, and it's like the conversation that he's heard in his lifetime. But yeah, well done for
Someone
being
said
able
they
to.
thought it was
well
like a documentary for show reels. Yeah.
Did they?
Someone, I mean me, I came up with that.
Anywho, last film,
last one was
Kaidan.
Kaidan.
Yeah.
I really
Wait,
enjoyed
there was
it.
no other film in between? Was that
No,
was that the last one?
four,
Okay,
four.
right. Good.
Yeah.
Kaidan. Yeah.
Kaidan was really good.
Had no technical difficulties.
No, there was one moment. I think it was
first
more.
time watching it after you were
Yeah,
part
my
of-
first time.
Yeah, I did see one day of filming help.
You got credit
Yeah.
as
AD. Artistic director, but now I was just gaffer. I personally enjoyed it. I think everyone did.
What
well
was
with it.
nice, he accomplished what he set out to do. You know, when in the
More or
Q&A,
less, yeah,
when
yeah.
he was saying he wanted to do a film that was different, but also felt like something that the Birmingham audience would be used to, but with a different twist on it. So doing like an urban thriller.
/ like you can tell it's inspired by anime and stuff like
Yeah,
that.
Yeah, I
yeah.
really
And
enjoyed
it was,
that aspect.
you know, and
For me,
the
my thing was-
Japanese horror films and things like that.
Yeah,
as well.
like out of the shots were like, that's one thing I liked. The shots,
The shots were
colours,
great.
like the greens when he's like in the alleyway and stuff like that. My own thing is always acting and stuff like that. I feel like some parts could have been pushed a bit more.
Yeah.
I'm not even gonna be specific, just everyone in general, just to believe. You know, when someone is angry, you're like, I want to believe they're angry.
Yeah,
Sometimes
yeah,
I don't
yeah,
believe
yeah,
it. Like you're just saying it.
But in
angrily.
terms of like the moments and stuff, I felt like it was actually, I didn't have anything wrong with the pacing as much
on the pacing,
as
is decent,
as other films that I've watched and stuff coming from Birmingham. So, and it's well for his first film.
First film,
Brilliant.
exactly.
Brilliant.
Man, I help people. Look, he had his vision. Yeah, we know him. He's our boy, innit? So
Yeah.
there's no bias at all, you know, because nice fine.
The one thing I'd say
But-
is those moments of sound. I was like, I'm
Yeah,
seeing
that's
bodies drop, and I'm not hearing anything.
bit too quiet.
or,
Yeah.
gunshots were
bit
too loud.
yeah.
I see what he was saying in terms of making it sound real, but in terms of a film, to be in a film and listen to that,
that's the thing. And when we're talking about when you're editing, when you're editing, got the like headphones on and listening to the sound, you think, oh, this is fine, this is loud enough. Because sometimes you hear, you want to hear a bit more, and then you watch it on the big screen, you're like, oh shit, yeah. Speakers, you're like, oh shit, that's a bit too loud.
It sounds like it's breaking up the speakers and that. Yeah.
So you gotta notice that. You're like, okay, take that into perspective when you're editing and stuff.
One thing, just to go back on Bench the Park, I think maybe if there was, it's gonna sound
no
mean.
benches.
No. A higher quality of actors. I think a lot of the actors are very like new into film. Am I correct in saying that?
Yes, pretty much.
Film acting.
Yeah.
It felt like a lot of them were still quite fresh in terms of their experience, and so I think maybe with the more experienced cast, some of the things might have come through a lot more in terms of the script.
Yeah.
If you know what I mean. But yeah, overall, it was actually a really, really good screening.
So,
just a shame not everyone who bought a ticket showed up.
Well, honestly, Idris, well done, man.
Yeah.
Like, you did well,
really
man.
Yeah, the screening were all films that Idris has directed.
Yeah.
2 of them that he helped first-time filmmakers create their films and write who wrote their script and create their films. And the other 2 were... What would you class the other 2?
Bev
is known in like she's helped out with stuff with the Patriots and stuff, innit? So
Yeah. She's
Zayn
been around
obviously
film and stuff
with
for
Bang
for a
Bang.
minute. Yeah.
Yeah, so
you got experience.
Root Tuesday, Bev wrote, has been
Zayn wrote.
and I directed both of them.
Cool.
But they've got both got previous experience doing other stuff, innit?
Yeah. Like working on set with you and stuff like that. Yeah, absolutely.
They're not new, fresh to it.
Oh, fair. Are there any other screenings coming up?
We're going to one Saturday, isn't it?
Yeah, this Saturday, if there's what is it? Something. It's a documentary about Birmingham or something. Birmingham filmmaking. I don't really know exactly. I've seen.
Who's involved in
I
that?
literally have no
Say
idea.
that
You just
again.
told me to.
Who's involved in
show
that?
up.
Do you know?
Yeah. Pretty Hate Productions. Our boy Matt Ford. You know what's funny here? I don't know. Whenever I do see him, we always like randomly bump into each other. We don't really speak to each other, but we always bump into. Whenever we do see each other, we be like.
It's you again.
You literally at that screen at Kaidan, you're not screening, innit?
Yeah.
You're screening, Idris. I saw him too many times. I went out, saw him, I'm like, yeah. Went inside, went for a piss.
So
and he was there like, and he looked at me, he went, for fuck's sake.
That's quite funny.
One thing I like about Matt Ford as well, like he's really about supporting and nurturing Birmingham talent.
Yeah.
Whatever he's done, he's always about seeking out the the talent.
Yeah.
Some are not necessarily ready to work on his projects and stuff like
Yeah.
that, but in terms of when working with people, he seems like he's really good at connecting and bringing people together.
He knows what he wants and he's good at doing that kind of stuff. And I've worked with him a few times and he's directing and stuff. And he's pretty good, man. He's one of the better directors. They're not a lot of quality directors. Like Idris over here. I'm not gonna kiss his ass. But, the standards are very low. But Matt's pretty good as well, isn't he? He knows what he wants.
Yeah.
He's very clear with his direction and stuff.
Yeah, because I've worked because I don't know if he still works there. He used to work at Birmingham Film School.
When was that? That was quite recent, though, wasn't it?
Last year?
Was it last year? Was this
Yeah,
year?
no, last year. Was it this year?
Yeah, you told this year and you were talking about it this year, right?
Was I talking about this? I can't remember.
I have no idea.
But anyways, me and a few other actors as well, he brought on basically to try and help the film students have experience with actors who they don't know to be in their films. So they're ready in terms of the real life.
The opposite of what the directors do in Brum. The directors
you said it.
All they do is
one
work
thing
with
you'll
man.
find out, and it depends on what films from Birmingham you're watching, but you'll
know
find
the
that
clique.
a lot of
They're
actors
usually all the same.
You'll know.
will reappear, and I think it's
It happens.
not trusting enough other talent as well.
It's not even trust, man.
Sometimes it's using your skill
It's just-
as a director. You need to learn how to direct other people.
Yeah.
No,
you
you
that's
get
the thing.
comfortable with your crew.
People
and
can't communicate. It's almost a laziness thing as well. It's about not even lazy. What's the word? It's not cutting corners. Just about I'm making a film. I can't be asked. Hey, you just be
I
my
can,
film.
and it's like I know I can trust you. I know I can work with you and stuff
So
like
it's
that.
not even a lack of trust with other actors.
Yeah.
It's just I know you. I know what you can
It's
bring.
just
me.
like every film just looks the same or feels the same because it's the same people.
Yeah.
When you have the same people in your films will unfortunately always have a
Especially if it's the same genre of stories.
yeah.
Like,
Yeah, I mean, like, for example, Abdul, I'm not really chatting to him right now, but he dropped his film. What's it called? What's it called?
Oh, that one. It's called no, it's not Monster.
Monsters Die or something?
No, maybe it is Monsters. It was. Basically, I quite like the trailer. I'm still yet to watch it.
Yeah, I've now watched it. I watched it. I liked it. It was good. It's what you expect from Abdul. It wasn't anything shocking. Like I'm like, God, wow, that was it. Or it was like, yep, standard. You know what I'm saying?
There's nothing really to say, like, to rave about or to kind of shit on.
It's what I expect.
Yeah.
But maybe that's the thing. He obviously with the different actors he's working with now. We brought the level up a bit more, I guess you could say.
Yeah.
But in terms of like the world he's in, he's always the same.
Monsters Never Die.
Yeah, Monsters Never Die.
That's it.
It was. I
But
thought
the thing is,
from the
like,
trailers, I
certain
thought it would be
directors
something
have their
bigger.
thing, innit?
Yeah.
Like, you'll look at Wes Anderson, and it'll always be the kind of same type.
But that's a
of-
stylistic choice. It would be like
The
him
stories are
doing
always quite
only
different.
Budapest Hotel, whereas he does those kind of films, but he does different settings, different same style, same like Edgar Wright. He'll have those quick, fast-paced cuts and stuff.
Yeah.
But it's different films. Baby Driver is different to Hot Fuzz
True,
and
true,
Shaun of
true.
the Dead. Different storylines, you know. They're not all.
I think as well. It's
I
like
guess the argument is that
same
people don't
Birmingham.
support
worlds.
the other films. I mean, I definitely don't. I don't support gangster films, to be honest. But
What do you mean by that?
okay,
don't
so
support
basically,
them.
the argument with a lot of directors I've been seeing on Twitter is so these films, I don't see you guys raving on about it. I can't give you examples of films which are not gangster
What's
films
the
in moments, but
argument?
like I've seen like the Abdul and people tweet out saying like I don't see no one talking about this film that's gone out, this film that's gone out. This is why we only do these films because they work.
Right, because in terms of the audience,
So you're based on what they're saying is then like that's I've had this conversation before. So I've had the conversation with Idris and whoever directors. So that you could do something different, but because the fan audience, whatever, they're not gravitating towards it out of fear. I don't know why else to put. You're going to just do that and feed them like they're seagulls because you're scared of not being watched or seen. But you're missing out, bro. Because if you just focus on the thing that you want to do, you're
eventually
gonna
people will start
Yeah.
watching and going back to
you're
your
different. You're different, and you're gonna be making something different. The eye's gonna be on you. You're just gonna get lost.
And also
making the
in
same
terms
kind
of
films.
like, being able to push the trajectory of your career. Someone in London, someone in Manchester looking at your work, if they just see the same stuff, they're not going to be
you're gonna
like,
be
oh,
lost.
so you can only do this type of film. So that means I can't really work with you on this fantasy thingy. that I'm
Yeah,
working
yeah.
on, or if you know what I mean. It's that
Like,
we
they
need
get
to be able
so
to see a
excited.
range in your directing.
Too many mans here, they get too excited about the short term 5 minutes of fame. It's name of fame, but success, quote unquote.
But also,
having
I'd
those
say on that
views.
as well is access. In terms of being a Birmingham filmmaker, and limited resources, limited funding, sometimes zero funding. Most of the time, zero funding. If you know what I mean.
You can make
It's-
other types.
That's
of
true.
genres without.
But
Thank
it's-
you.
it's-
This
it's
is the first time
it's
you're
easier
probably
to make
100%
good
agreeing on
films.
something. No, like that's what I'm saying.
No,
No,
but I've been saying this though, so that's why I'm piping up. 'Cause I've been saying this too.
No, because they always say like, budget, be like, whatever it is funding. But like, yeah, okay, if it's for VFX and this, that,
Yeah, that's
you
one
got-
thing. Yeah.
You need this big ass location. But a lot of the time, it's like you just sit in a car, you're on the street, you're in someone's house. Unless you're homeless, I'm
It's
like,
the
come on.
idea
Also,
that,
you can learn.
something
You can
can
learn
be
basic
cheesy.
VFX.
I feel
I know,
like
but I'm,
that fear
basic
as
stuff.
well is like, if there's not like a gun, or if there's not a big conflict, people are going to be bored of watching the film, and actually just make
Do you think
a good film.
that might be of the lack of trust with the actors and with them not being able to perform those kind of roles?
True.
So it's like, I don't trust my actor to play, just do drama and just tell the story.
And that's where
so I need a
branching
gun
out and
an
trying new people
explosion.
works.
Yeah,
Look,
yeah.
if you have to ask someone from another city to do it, it's deep, but I don't know. Like,
I think there's they're fighting with that element of trying to support Birmingham talent,
Yeah.
whereas maybe venturing out and I think as well a lot of the time there is talent here, but we don't see it until they've already left and gone and done big things. If you know what I mean. It's like, that person's from Birmingham, right? I didn't know.
it's the cloud chase. And
Yeah,
like,
the one,
now he's down that you're doing well.
Yeah,
Hey,
yeah.
why haven't we spoken? Have you seen? Check your junk mail.
But also, I think there's an element of in castings, auditions, being able to see someone's potential, saying, "Okay, you're not there yet, but I know I can bring you there." If you know what I mean.
Idris.
Yeah, Idris is very good at
does
that.
it to everyone.
Idris knows how to bring people out.
It is like, oh, you ain't no legs, but I can make you run. Like, don't worry, I can do it.
Oh, dude.
I got you.
I'll be your leg.
The amount of conversation I've had with him, I'm like, nah, daddy, and he's like, no, I can.
But that's what you want, though, isn't it? From a director, is someone who's going to persevere and try and get the best out of his actors rather than
And
almost putting a limiter on someone before they've even tried. You know
What
what I'm
is
saying?
his patience?
No, time definitely, but sometimes on the spot, it's like, I don't know if I can work my magic on you on the spot.
Yeah, that's different.
know?
But also with Birmingham filmmakers, I think it's taken more time to do test shoots, do rehearse readings,
do the right thing, do the right process.
And I know it's difficult because you'll set up a test shoot or you'll set up you read through and half your cast can't show up or don't show up.
You work with that as in, okay, they're not the ones then, you know. But I think that's what another key thing is, because you keep saying Birmingham, Brum. We're making Brum level. When it's good, it's Brum level. There's a joke where for Brum, it's good.
It's good for Brum.
It's good from Brum, you know. I want to see a film that's just good.
That's just good. That can compete with all the other cities
Yeah,
as well.
yeah. So a lot of them, they in their head, they're competing with London and whatever, and they're not just focused on making a good film. So while they think, I need to go to London.
Yo, that film's out, so I need to make a film that's similar to that to make people watch my film. And it's like, no. Trust in your stories, trust in your characters, and trust in your actors.
Lack of self-belief, man. That's all it is, man.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm tired, man. You wanna end this?
Yeah, man.
Yeah, good.
We were supposed to start at 1 o'clock
We didn't start
and
till
7.
We started at 4:30. We were around there, so.
But yeah.
Setting up took a while.
Oh yeah, it was the new setup and
Is this part of the podcast? This conversation?
Yeah.
I mean, you're gonna do the whole your cringe.
All right, guys.
wrapping up.
So don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment on the next stories. Peace.
What?
I don't know. I was
What he said, but also remember to send in some questions. Send in some true stories of things that's happened to you. Whether
That's
it's
literally what I
been on
said.
set.
Comment your stories.
Comment your stories. That's not enough.
I was
information
not
for them
done.
to know.
I wasn't done. I wasn't finished. Nah, but yeah.
Please engage with us. That will help us out.
Engage everywhere on YouTube,
Give us some
Instagram,
feedback,
TikTok.
What we can work on, what you like, what you don't like, and stuff. We're not always going to listen to you. Some of the stuff we're going to look at and we're like, fuck off. But for the most part, we are going to listen.
If you want to make change, if you want things to change for yourself, even, please engage. That's what we're trying to do, you know. And if you don't,
if you want to work with us, if you want to,
maybe we can collaborate on something. You know what I'm saying? But like, if you don't, if you do want to make change, but you don't say anything. Don't come crying about it, man. I swear that I'm just gonna bitch slap you. Nah, man, I'm done. I'm gonna break this other hand. Yeah. Let's end it now.
All right, peace.
Rant over. This has been the Chicken and Waffle podcast.
Oh, we're still going.
Check it in and check it out. I like this part. I'm keeping it in. It's a thing now.
All right. I'm turning off my mic.